Everybody here?
We're here.
I'd like to call
Recording in
the
progress.
I'd like to call the Public Works Subcommittee meeting to order. It's April 11th, 2022, 6:10 in the Town Council chambers. Roll call.
Ken Demers,
Here.
Robert DeSena,
Here.
Gary Lafferty,
Here.
Robert Redelick,
Here.
Rachel Ryan.
Here.
Minutes. Did everybody get to see the minutes? Yep. All right. Could I have a
I'll make a
motion?
motion that we accept last month's minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second, with corrections.
Any, yep, fire away.
Spelling of my name. 1 T, 2 L's.
1 T, 2 L's, 1 T, 2 L's. All right. What else?
Through the chair.
Sure.
Sir, may I have a copy of the agenda?
The agenda?
Yeah, because I
Yes,
had it in
I'll
my
share
phone.
it with you.
Thank you very
Sure.
much. Thank you.
Stay on.
Any other changes? All in favor? Say
Aye.
Aye.
I abstain.
Rachel abstains. Public participation. Anybody out there, Mike? Zero. Onward. Correspondence? None. Old business. Buckingham Street Ball Farm Road.
So Buckingham, again, we're just waiting on a response. We filed a hazardous mitigation grant and have not gotten a response. As soon as we hear something, I will report back to you.
Any idea, Lou? I mean, it's been months,
I think
right?
I think we were expecting responses by some point in May.
May? Okay.
Yeah. So whether it's early or late, could be before or after next meeting, but as soon as we do get a response, favorable or not, I'll share with you.
Does it look, I mean, can you tell whether,
The application's been submitted and we really haven't heard anything at all, so
yeah,
I'm sure there's, you know, when you get opportunities like that, I'm sure there's an overwhelming response, how they sort through them,
and that's normal?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, in the event that we don't get a positive response, we have to still keep that on the agenda and figure
Yeah.
out how to help those people.
I agree.
Through the chair, if I can.
Sure. Right.
Have we had any other problems? It's been raining a lot.
Just when you get a rain like last Thursday night, you know, but the
Sure.
small storms, you know, it's wet for a little while and it recedes quickly. The bigger ones, you'll see some water running for a couple days.
Through the chair, if I may.
Sure.
From being someone who drives by there 3-4 times a day, it wasn't anywhere near the magnitude it was during the torrential storm we had in the past.
Really?
Very insignificant amount of water.
Yeah, maybe some of the homeowners did some maintenance on their own then perhaps. Because I'm told if they do clear the obstructions, that it will handle it better.
Yeah.
So maybe that we're not aware of, maybe some homeowners decided to do something on their own perhaps.
Yeah. All right. How about Turkey Brook?
Turkey Brook, we're waiting for, again, with all the wet weather and the rivers being high, it's, we're just waiting for the opportunity to get in there. I had Bob in my office this afternoon. At this point, he's looking to finish up the sweeping first and probably get to it at some point in May when the ground's firmer and things resides, the water recedes a little bit. So we'll keep that on there till we complete it, but it will get done in the next 4 to 6 weeks.
What about C? Stormwater ordinance.
The stormwater ordinance, this was tabled last month. The updates and changes are in tonight's packet. We did give them to Attorney Dressel after last month's meeting. I think the question marks at that point were establishing an authority and a citation, and they're both in there. The first one, 26-250, just regulates construction activity, and the second one, 26-220, it prohibits illicit discharges, and it does establish the legal authority as the Director of Public Works or designee. if you guys had an opportunity.
I think I might be the only, maybe Rachel has it, I'm not sure, but I think I might be the only one with a copy of this.
You guys want to look through my, I'm going to give you my package if you're helpful.
Wait a minute, something is,
You want to just touch on the important stuff? Oh, you got it pulled up on here. Good job, here.
So,
So let's share this, Herb.
so the first one, 26-250, it just puts, regulates construction activities. It goes, it just, a lot of definitions and regulations for them to follow. Pretty self-explanatory. The second one is more complex, and again, the objectives of the ordinance are spelled out in the top, but to prohibit and eliminate illicit connections and discharges to the municipal separate stormwater system, and two, to establish a legal authority to carry out all inspections, surveillance, monitoring procedures necessary to ensure compliance. It goes through what to do if you find something. It goes through the town's rights, the residents' rights, or the businesses, best management practices. It tells them, you know, they have to give us access to inspect with prior notice. And then ultimately, if you do find something, it goes through what to do when they're put on notice and what the fines would be, $100 a day, if approved by the subcommittee. This is just a recommendation at this point. If you guys approve it and move it forward, it'll go to the next ordinance subcommittee meeting, whenever that may be. I don't even know that there's one scheduled at this point.
Sure,
Through
sure.
the chair.
Sure.
Sir, I can remember we did discuss about what the enforcement would be. It would solely be the responsibility, if I'm correct, of the Department of Public Works.
Correct.
And there wouldn't be any enforcement penalty, penal sanction regarding this, such as being issued the person or firm a citation, so to speak.
Correct.
I like this, very good. It would be handled civilly.
Yep.
If they don't, and you're going to be notifying them if they're in violation, and that they have a certain period of time to correct the violation?
Yeah, they have so many days to comply. If not, then they face a fine and yada, yada.
Maggie, through the chair again.
Sure.
I like this, and you would be sending out certified letters regarding that to the violators?
We will.
Very good. Thank you.
It's all spelled out.
Chair, Ken.
Sure, Rob.
So this is the information that was sent out a while ago through Roy. Is that what we're talking about here? Where he talked about discharge of any water onto town roads and
Yeah.
causing icing and all that other kind of stuff.
Yep.
What do we do about roads that it's a natural hazard every winter? I know Ledgewood Road, my road, ever since they redesigned the road, they redesigned it and put curbs in, and now the water comes off the hill, goes across my yard, and goes out into the street.
Well, it depends on where the water's originating. If it's originating on private property, we could ask the resident to correct it. If it's town property on the side of a road, then we would be responsible to correct it. Some people don't know.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
the town
This is-
redesigned, for my example, is the town redesigned my road and put curbs in. And so it created, and when they put the curbs in, it made
Okay.
so now it runs across my property and out my driveway.
Well, yeah.
And every winter time it creates a
This
massive ice storm.
this is more for, it's less for runoffs and more for like sump pumps and stuff that,
Right.
stuff that, but, I will take a look at that.
Yeah, I just don't want to
If-
see
if the
somebody
im-
get in trouble
If the
for,
improvements that the town made created a problem, we'll take a look at it and
Yeah.
see if there's a remedy.
okay.
Very good.
Any other questions for Lou?
No, not on
So do you need us to move this forward?
I would say we could move it forward to next week's council meeting, full council meeting, and then if the whole board is satisfied with it, then it'll get on the agenda for whenever the ordinance subcommittee meets again.
Okay. Somebody like to make a motion to move it to council?
I'll try.
Fire away.
Sure. I make a motion that we accept Article 6 and Article 7 regarding legal authority for violations of post-construction requirements and so forth, stormwater runoff, access into the town system and a legal violation thereof, in which it would be the responsibility of the Department of Public Works to assess the problem and make the person or firm or people aware of what they violated, and the enforcement would be handled civilly.
And it's dated.
And that's from the date that we last met and first discussed this, 3/14/22.
Sounds good. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? No? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Should be all set for the next town council meeting.
Okay, we'll put it on next week's agenda.
Thank you. New business, bid waiver.
Bid waiver. Back last month, we put a bid together and we did advertise it, Donna Ford through our procurement, for pavement markings. This is all your center lines and stop bars and everything else you see out there. We unfortunately received no responses, to our surprise. After the fact, the contractor that did this work last year, Atlantic Pavement Marking, did express interest and offered to hold last year's pricing. So in an effort to try and expedite it and not have to advertise it again, I'm asking consideration for a bid waiver to award this project to Atlantic Pavement Markings. Last year's price was $24,227.04.
Any questions for Luke?
Through the chair again.
Rachel?
What did you say this is for? I didn't hear exactly what you said. What do they do?
Pavement markings, so
Yeah, what are
all
the
the,
markings?
all the double yellow center lines you see in town,
Oh.
they get refreshed every year.
Oh, okay.
All the stop bars, stop signs, the single.
Crosswalks.
Yeah,
Okay.
crosswalks, any paint, they do refresh everything every year. And unfortunately, this year, there was no responses, so. But again, the contractor that was low bidder last year, apologized for missing it, and he is interested in doing it again.
He just, Atlantic?
Atlantic, they're out of Prospect,
Yeah.
yeah. They're the most local. The next, there's one, they're there in Prospect, and the other one is down in Bridgeport. They're the two biggest ones that do the state.
And they do the same lines every year?
Yeah, they go right
Really?
over the top of them, yeah.
Interesting. All right. Anybody else?
Could I ask one more
Sure,
question?
sure, Rachel.
Any idea why you didn't get any response?
No, it was advertised in the paper and whatever, on the website, and I'm not sure if Donna sends it out to the people that, some towns would send it out to the people that responded in previous years. But it was open for a couple weeks and it closed and no responses at all.
Wow. And did we have to reach out to Atlantic, or did they?
I'm not sure, I think maybe engineering did after we got no responses, and I believe that's what happened, actually.
Yeah.
And then they called and said, they apologized for missing it, and
Yeah.
we're definitely interested.
And to hold the price, that's pretty good.
Yeah, they held the
Yeah.
price.
Nobody's holding their prices.
Yeah, right.
No.
With 7.5% inflation, that was a good thing, maybe.
Everybody in agreement? So we could,
Yeah, you need a motion?
yep, we need a motion.
Through the chair again. I'll make the motion that we accept the bid waiver for the firm commonly referred to, known as Atlantic from Prospect, to do the pavements and markings. This is done yearly for the same price as last year, $24,227.04.
Second.
Second by Gary. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
No opposed? Awesome.
Thank you.
Department update.
So, again, I met with Bob today, wanted to kind of get up to speed on everything. We're in the process of street sweeping, things are going smooth, absent a few rainy days here and there. I know the town manager reported at the last council meeting that we are striving to be complete by Memorial Day. And at this point, we have no concerns with meeting that commitment. Obviously, it's dependent on weather, but right now, we're moving along well. The asphalt plants also opened up again today, so we will begin to put a permanent patch truck out there instead of using cold patch like we had to all winter long. And we'll start picking up our, cleaning up the town after the snowplow damage and replacing curbing and patching potholes. Echo Lake Road, we ended up extending that. We made some amendments to the specs on that. And that is due back on April 26th. So we'll analyze the bids when they come in a couple weeks. And I'm sure at the next subcommittee meeting, we'll be asking for an appropriation to make that repair, permanent repair, replace that drain pipe on Echo Lake Road. And that's really all I have.
Sounds good. Any questions?
If you guys have any questions.
No? No? All right. We have no transfers, so it's a motion to adjourn.
I say, can I have something else, I don't know if we can bring it up or not. Not on the agenda. Okay. never mind. No.
Yeah, it's,
All right, no.
okay. All right,
Yep.
so do I have a motion?
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Thank you for getting hold of me. My apologies.
Recording stopped.
I knew when you weren't